I've got a plan today, okay? We've got a list of things that I want to accomplish, and I'm taking you with me. Number one, we're headed to Islands of Adventure, because over there, hiding between two attractions is apparently something that I didn't realize was there, despite having walking past it numerous times. But we also need to do some shopping, because Halloween Horror Nights merch is on sale, and there's a discount shop for annual pass holders over at Universal Studios Florida. So that's the mission. Let's get out of here. Also, there's a lot of construction going on here at Universal Studios Florida, so we're gonna take a quick look, talk a little bit about that as well, because we're already here. Why not? I think it's gonna be a good day. Okay, so the first order of business today is gonna be making our way over to the Lost Continent via Seuss Landing. From what I've been seeing, there's a lot going on over there. Construction walls have gone up because Universal did announce that they're gonna be updating this whole area. And you know what, it's about time. There's an attraction back there that is really impressive, but it's been closed for, well, as long as I've been an annual pass holder. And that leaves like a restaurant and a few little places to grab some merch. Nothing really happening in that entire land. So I'm glad that they're doing something about it. Anyway, let's go take a look and see what the situation is, because from some of the videos that I saw coming out this past weekend, it looks a little scary, but you know, we'll be the judge of that. Then once we're done over here, we're making our way over to what is effectively the area between the Incredible Hulk and there's a storm ride over there as well. I don't remember the name of it because, if I'm being honest with you, I don't think I've got the stomach to ride. At least not today, but we will do everything that there is to do here at Universal eventually. So add it to the list. All right, so right away, as we prepare to exit Seuss Landing, we are met with construction walls. That makes this path kind of narrow, which is probably why the videos I saw looked frightening, to say the absolute least. But you know, just as a voice of reason, if you don't mind me interjecting real quick, anytime that they narrow a path like this, things look more crowded because there's less space for people to be. And this past weekend, in a twist that no one saw coming, there were a lot of people at the theme parks, not only here at Universal, but also over at Disney, because it was a holiday weekend. So anyway, just popping back here real quick to see if there have been any updates. I can't imagine that there have been. I'm sure that they're gonna take this piece by piece, but still, we'll check in real quick. Yeah, nothing back here yet. It's still accessible, so it's a perfect place kind of out of the way to sit and chill for a minute. This used to be the smoking section here in Islands of Adventure, but Universal did do away with smoking inside the parks, for those of you who aren't aware. I don't know if they have a sign over here stating that though. They did for a bit, but I don't know, maybe they just assume that everyone knows now? All right, let's make our way over to the area where the attraction is. I don't know why it has completely slipped my mind. Even earlier today, I was live with my channel members. I do that every now and again. It's our way to just keep in touch and chat. And I kept calling this the Mysterious Island, which is over in Tokyo at a Disney resort. So I don't know. My brain is just all over the place. Let's head this direction though and see what's up. I think I'm just excited to be out with the weather being as nice as it is. You know? All right, so here we are at the attraction that is called Poseidon's Fury. Yay, us, high five. Now, from what I can see, there doesn't seem to be anything happening over here as of yet. It's blocked off like it has been, so no construction walls. I could have sworn that I heard that they had put some up. Maybe I just misunderstood what that person was saying, whoever that was. But just take a look at this attraction. Isn't this gorgeous? Honestly, I would love if they find a way to reuse this space. I'd imagine that that's probably not going to be the case, but if they did, it would remain one of the most beautiful attractions I've ever seen. I don't know. Let me know what you guys have to say. I never got a chance to do this attraction, and I'm very sad, but I did watch a POV, and it's pretty cool. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what comes of it. I don't know what Universal's plans are, so, you know, we'll stay tuned, and I'll let you know what I know as soon as I know it. Now, I don't know if there are any other construction walls up in the Lost Continent. I can't see any from where I'm standing, but we'll never know until we check, so let's go. I also don't know if Universal plans to keep any of the Lost Continent at all. You know, like if they're just gonna update certain sections of it, or if they're redoing the whole thing. I haven't dug too deep into this. Honestly, there's just been so much news coming out that like, it's hard to keep track of. But if you know the down low, fill me in. There was also a show back here. I think it was right here. There's plants here now, so you can't see it, it's hidden. But this was a Sinbad show, and I didn't get a chance to see this either. I don't know when this closed. But if you're in the queue for Hagrid's, you can get a look at the stage. Another beautiful entryway. Can't really say the queue itself, but I mean, just look at the detail. It's lovely. And then out here, this fountain is like almost a character interaction. I know you guys always recommend that I spend some time out here enjoying the fountain, and I haven't. I know, I'm disappointed in me too. I mean, look, you know how it goes. One minute you're seeing the fountain thinking, wow, that's cool, but the next you hear the screams on Velocicoaster, which is right there, so you take a hard left, and then you don't even know what happens. You're hanging by your thighs, upside down, flying through the air. It happens to the best of us. But back to business. So we did wander around this entire area, and I haven't seen any other construction walls. Nothing over here by Mythos, nothing in what was formerly the smoking section along the side of Mythos. Poseidon's Fury is as it has been, and everything else is still open. So it seems like the only construction or work that's being done is on half of the bridge, which I wonder if that's related to the updates here at the Lost Continent or in the Lost Continent, or if that's just like regular maintenance. I don't know. Before we make our way out of the Lost Continent though, what do you guys think about Mythos? Have you guys eaten here? Should we? I mean, I know some people really like it, but also the table service dining options here at Universal, inside the parks that is, are far and few in between, you know, so maybe it's not a high bar, I don't know, but it is gonna be closing forever, so if you think we should prioritize eating here before it does, let me know. Apparently, it's the 10-time winner of the best theme park restaurant in the world, according to Theme Park Insider. So let me know. I don't know how much time we have left, not off the top of my head. I don't even know if they officially announced when Mythos is gonna close forever, but if enough of you recommend it, I mean, how could we say no? All right, next order of business. Like I said, we're headed over to Marvel Superhero Island because this direction, there is something. It should be like right over here between these two attractions. Here's one, here's the other that I want to check out. So if you're a fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise, here it goes. Chances are you might be familiar with Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Do you guys remember that one? It might be hard to remember because there are only like 36 of them, right? Anyway, one of the cars from that movie is hiding back here. So let's go see if we can find it, or we're just gonna find ourselves very disappointed. Either or. So I've been back here numerous times. But as you might imagine, with everyone trying to get their stuff in a locker so they can ride Hulk, it's a lot. So I don't really spend any more time here than I have to. But I heard that the Hulk car from Tokyo Drift is somewhere over here. And I did see references, I looked this up, but from where I stand right now, I can't find it. I wonder if it used to be here, but they removed it temporarily for one reason or another. Let's see if we can hunt it down. Maybe it's just out of our view, and maybe we ask a team member, because why not? Now, I heard something about how it sits between the two attractions, but clearly it doesn't.
A few moments later.
All right, so I did some poking around, nothing. Saw a picture on Reddit that had some reflections. I figured we could cross-reference and locate, nothing. Unfortunately. I also asked a team member who was incredibly helpful, but he had no idea what I was talking about. So my best guess is one of two things. Either number one, the car is here and is normally here, but it's been removed temporarily, which happens sometimes with the cars around Universal. Or number two, it's no longer here. So, you know, that's sad, but no big deal. We'll just have to keep our eye out. I will put a picture here though for you if you're curious, but here's the thing. we need to make our way over to Universal Studios Florida because there's that discount shop over there, so we're gonna go check that out. We're gonna walk though. I think we probably could take the Hogwarts Express, but then we'd have to walk back that direction. Let's get our steps in. Why not? And we can take a close look at the construction that's happening along the way. Real quick, before we actually exit the park, it looks like we've got a lot of construction happening right over here. This is where you rent ECVs, wheelchairs, strollers. By the way, if you're renting an ECV here at Universal, you can get one of these bad boys that has a sunshade, which is fantastic, and nice little basket on the front. Not too shabby if you ask me. So there are two ways that we can take the walk from Islands of Adventure over to Universal Studios Florida. One will take us this direction, which kind of leads us more through City Walk than anything else. And then the other is this direction, which is where most of the construction is taking place. I want to say it's both basically the same distance, maybe a little bit longer to go the other way, but one way or another you're getting where you're going. Today we're going to take this way because this will take us, like I mentioned, right by the construction so we can take a good look. This construction, for those of you who aren't in the know, is a result of Rip Ride Rocket coming down. So this is the coaster that we used to hang out by it all the time, kind of stand underneath it as it went around us. Universal pulled the plug, new things to come, and they've been really hitting the ground running with this, which means construction walls. As you can see, they really kind of start out here by the Hard Rock. I heard that this, so we have the Hard Rock Cafe and then there's the venue over here. I heard that this is the biggest Hard Rock in the world. Biggest Hard Rock Cafe in the world? I don't know if that's true, but came from a pretty reliable source. I used to love going to Hard Rock cafes whenever I could find them. So, of course, we have to eat here eventually. Add it to the list. Anyway, let's make our way down the stairs and around toward the entrance of Universal Studios Florida. This is another one of those kind of tight paths. I will say two things about this. Number one, a lot of it is scrim. The scrim is nice because it still breathes, so that's fantastic. But also, look how cool it looks. I love that. That's great. Universal Orlando, in my opinion, does such a great job with construction walls. Even when they're not super themed or anything like that, they still don't just look like painted plywood, which I like. All right, so now that we're in, which by the way, it was a little crowded today. We had to wait a few minutes in order to actually get in the gate. We are just coming off of a holiday weekend though, so it's to be expected. Let's make our way down toward the discount store for Universal Annual Pass holders, or Universal Orlando Annual Pass holders. Also, we do have some construction walls along the way. These walls are the reason that apparently the park isn't doing their parade right now. Oh look, Scooby and the gang. We just hung out with them when we were at Volcano Bay Nights. Let's wave. Hi. So the store is located just around these construction walls in the Brown Derby. We do have a sign right here, so we just have to show our pass and then we'll do a little shopping. I'm not really looking for anything in particular. I just want to see what they have, though I'm always looking to see if they have my name. We have Catherine, but not spelled appropriately. That's too bad. All right, so unfortunately not a great selection in there. But you know, that's how it goes. Sometimes the selection lackluster, but you know, it is 70% off, so I don't know about you, but I take what I can get. And if there was anything in there that caught my eye, I definitely would have grabbed it. But you know, today wasn't our day. It happens. I do want to go check on the discounted Halloween Horror Nights merch though. There are two spots that we can check on our way out. The Tribute Store, which is located in the, well, it used to be the arcade, connected to, and actually kind of extended into the Mummy gift shop. So we're gonna go over there next, and then on our way out, we'll hit up the Universal Studios store and see if they have anything there. Just between you and I would really like to get Russ a t-shirt from Halloween Horror Nights. He's stubborn as a mule sometimes, and even though he really enjoyed the event, he didn't pick himself up a shirt, so we're gonna fix that today. Here we are, the Tribute Store. As you can see, just down the way from the Mummy. We did wander around here during Halloween Horror Nights, and nothing really caught our eye, but we also weren't doing a ton of shopping because we didn't want to carry it around, and then with all the rain, you know how it goes. So let's see what we're working with. See if there's anything we want to pick up and see if there are any deals that we want to take advantage of. Guys, do you hear that? There are voices coming from this jar. Can you hear them? It's pretty spooky. So there are definitely a few things that are on discount. It's not everything. For example, this Terrifier ugly Christmas sweater is now $31. It's a fleece. Originally it was $65, so that's a pretty significant discount. And then over in here, there's a Universal Annual Pass Holder t-shirt that's 50% off. They have some other t-shirts that are 50% off as well. And the canvases that are up here, you can buy those. Those are for sale, 90 bucks each, which is pretty cool. Not all of them are available, but they do have a selection. Actually, let's take a look at the list. So you can get Lil Boo, WWE, Terrifier, Jason, or Fallout. So that's pretty cool. So the shirt that I was hoping was going to be on sale, unfortunately, isn't. But I did find 2 other shirts, so I picked those up. I do want to take one more look though, see if there's anything else that we might like at the Universal Studios store, because you never know. They have a slightly different selection everywhere. All right, we're here at the Universal Studios store. Let's see what we can find. I know I want to look at Halloween Horror Nights stuff, but I have to tell you, these are so stinking cute, but they're blind boxes. I can't stand blind boxes because I want the dragon that I want. I don't want to possibly get another one of the dragons, and I know they're all super cute, but there are very particular dragons that I want. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you're curious, these are 20 bucks. Anyway, let's see what we're looking at when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights merch. Now, I bought this shirt. You guys may have seen that if you watched our video, but let's see what else we can find. I was really hoping, I did buy this one as well at the other location. I was really hoping that this one would be on sale because I like the gargoyle and it's a kid shirt. So maybe if I get the biggest size it would work, but I don't want to pay full price for that. You know how it is. This one's also kind of cute, but it's not on sale. So $37 seems like a bit much in my opinion. We move on. I'm honestly not confident that we're gonna find any other sale items, but you know what is really cute? This shirt. I feel like I need this shirt. 27 bucks for this one, which isn't too bad. I mean, come on. Also, they did have, here it is. Isn't this the cutest thing? It's like a little pouch and the teddy bear is dressed up like a kitty. Oh my goodness. I can't get enough of this. $22. They also have this ear headband, which I also can't get enough of. The thing is, I'm not really an ear headband kind of girly, if you haven't been able to tell. It's just not my thing. I've done it once or twice, but I don't know. Save that for others who prefer to accessorize in that way. This is a Christmas ornament. That's really cool. At first I thought it was a pin. They do have some pins. I know they had one for Mel's, but I don't see any others. I don't see any other discounts either. I love this design. This is very cool. This is like a, it's $90. It's like a jacket. Let me show you the front. I feel like this is one of those things that's gonna end up at the little outlet that they sometimes have at the exit of the park. If it does, I might pick that up. All right, well, with that, our day here at Universal has come to a close. We did win when it came to the t-shirts. We didn't find anything at the discount shop, which, you know, it happens. And unfortunately, we didn't find the Hulk car, which, I mean, a little bit disappointed, but not necessarily surprised. Overall, though, it was a fantastic day, and I'm glad you were here joining me, wandering around, taking a look at some of the construction. Like I said, I want to know what you guys have to say about the table service locations here at Universal Orlando. Do you recommend Mythos? Should we prioritize that before it closes forever? Or are you guys more like us, and you're like, I'm not wasting time at a table service. Bring on the snacks. Whatever it is you guys have to say, we'd love to hear it, but for now, I think it's time for us to head out. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.